The legend of the Silent Woods. In a small, isolated village nestled deep within a dense, ancient forest, there was a legend whispered among the villagers, passed down through generations like a dark secret. They spoke of the Silent Woods, an area shrouded in mystery and dread. No birds sang within its boundaries, no animals roamed its undergrowth, and even the wind seemed to hush its breath when it brushed against the trees. At the heart of the Silent Woods stood a solitary tree, a gnarled and twisted oak known as the Whispering Oak. Its branches stretched towards the heavens like skeletal fingers, and its bark bore the scars of centuries. The legends forewarned that if anyone dared to touch the oak, they would hear the anguished whispers of lost souls, trapped within the tree's twisted embrace. One moonlit night, a young man named Ethan, bold and curious, decided to prove his courage to his skeptical friends. Armed with a flickering lantern and an uneasy resolve, he ventured into the Silent Woods, his heart pounding in rhythm with the echo of his footsteps. The air grew colder with each step, and the sounds of the village faded into an eerie silence. Guided only by the feeble lantern light, Ethan pressed on, his path winding through the dense underbrush. Shadows danced on the forest floor, casting eerie shapes that seemed to shift and change in the corners of his vision. The woods itself appeared to come alive, whispering secrets that were too faint for his ears to grasp. After what felt like an eternity, Ethan stumbled upon the Whispering Oak. Its bark was etched with twisted patterns that seemed to writhe and contort even in the dim light. Hesitation clawed at him, but he remembered the words of his friends, their taunts fueling his determination. He extended a trembling hand and placed it on the tree's gnarled surface. The moment his skin made contact, a bone-chilling wind swept through the Silent Woods, extinguishing his lantern's flame. The air grew heavy with a haunting presence, and the forest seemed to hold its breath. Ethan's heart raced, and his breath caught in his throat as he heard faint, anguished whispers weaving through the air around him. The voices were distorted and tormented, speaking of unspeakable sorrow and despair. They intertwined, creating an otherworldly symphony of suffering that seemed to reverberate through his very bones. Overwhelmed with fear, Ethan tried to pull his hand away, but it was as if the tree's bark had fused with his skin, holding him captive to the haunting chorus. In a panic, Ethan closed his eyes and screamed for help, his voice blending with the whispers as if they were one. Suddenly, the wind ceased, and the whispers grew louder, forming into distinct words that resonated in the air like a haunting melody. "Stay with us," they murmured, their voices like a chorus of the damned, their words a siren's call to the abyss. Ethan's vision blurred, and he felt as if his very soul was being pulled into the tree's twisted heart. He was on the precipice of surrendering to the voices, of losing himself to the relentless grip of the Whispering Oak. Just as he felt his consciousness slipping into darkness, the villagers burst into the clearing, their torches casting an eerie glow that danced with the shadows. Their presence was a lifeline, a salvation from the clutches of the supernatural. They began to chant an incantation, their voices cutting through the whispers like a blade through fog. The tree trembled, its branches shuddering as if in agony, and Ethan's hand was finally released from its tormenting hold. He collapsed to the ground, gasping for air as the echoes of the whispers slowly faded into the night. The villagers surrounded him, their expressions a mix of relief and concern. They explained the grim truth behind the Whispering Oak. It was a portal, a gateway between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. Long ago, a sorcerer had cursed the tree, using it as a vessel to imprison the souls of those who had met tragic, untimely ends. The village elder, a wise woman with ancient eyes, revealed that anyone who touched the tree risked becoming a vessel for those tormented spirits, forever intertwined with their pain and sorrow. It was a fate worse than death, a life bound to the suffering of others. Ethan returned to the village, forever changed by his harrowing encounter with the supernatural. He could still hear faint echoes of the whispers in his dreams, haunting reminders of his brush with the realm beyond. The Whispering Oak remained a forbidden secret, a somber reminder of the darkness that lingered within the depths of the Silent Woods, a tale told to children to keep them from wandering too close. And so, the legend of the Silent Woods persisted, a chilling testament to the thin veil between the living and the dead, a reminder that some mysteries were never meant to be uncovered.